Hello and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your daily reading for the 25th of April, and we have a public holiday here in Australia on that day. So let's see what is coming in. Definitely feel a quieter energy moving into the new moon in Taurus, quiet and stable, but weirdly there's still some tension around, so it's like a weird energy. Okay, so let's see what is coming in for the 25th. Let's see what is coming in for the 25th. So the new moon is on the 27th. It's happening over the weekend on Sunday. Four of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. This is that kind of the energy I was saying. This with stability, the Four of Pentacles, but there's a little bit of conflict around it. It's sort of like the Four of Pentacles holding on tightly to something, not wanting to let go. We're in the surrendering phase of the moon. But yet the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady and grounded. So it's this grounded movement forward, despite the fact that there's a little bit of conflict around it, about having to get into a space that feels a little bit uncomfortable, I guess. So let's see. There could be some fights or quarrels or something like that, disagreements coming in around it. But it's basically saying slow down, slow everything down. Oh, just as I said that, in comes the Knight of Swords, just to challenge that slowness of the Knight of Pentacles. So here comes the World card. Again, it feels very much like the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Swords is challenging the Five of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords is challenging the Knight of Pentacles. So it's kind of what's going on inside your mind. It's communication, thoughts, belief systems, something like this is challenging how to move forward, that this energy is almost moving really slowly, and it's a challenge. It may feel like there's some mental challenges around with this, with how things are moving forward. And perhaps there's some things around financial situations, economies, home and living situation, health even, job, that just feels like something has really kind of slowed right down, and it feels like maybe something's not resonating anymore, but yet it's like there's a challenge for your mind with the pace of how something's going. It's not going fast enough is what I feel like, because these pentacles are very slow and practical energies wanting to move forward. So it could be someone around you who's being slow and steady, or even stubborn, and you're just like, hurry up. Would you hurry up? So it's this kind of impatience that comes in with this energy, even though there's a very slow, grounded energy around. So we have the World card, which is also meaning it's actually about completions and endings. But interestingly, you know, the fours and fives are kind of in the middle of something. It's like I'm in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of something. I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want to be rushed, or that's kind of the energy I'm getting. I need to complete this. I need to finish this. I need to kind of just have the time and space to finish something. And then there's the World card saying, you're done, it's over, something's finished, completed, and you're like, but I doesn't feel resolved. Something's not feeling resolved here. It's like the wool's being pulled underneath you, or the rug's being pulled underneath you. It's like I was in the middle of doing this, and then suddenly it's been taken away, or it's not there anymore, or it's not finished, it's not resolved. There's something here around it that feels like, it's like when you're in the middle of the movie and they say, boom, done, finished. And we're like, but we didn't get to see the end of the movie. And it's like, no, well, you know, the projector finishes now. He's going home, or she's going home, or they're going home. So it's like, oh, but yeah, it's this kind of interesting, like half quite frustrating energy. So it feels like, you know, there's a bit of conflict around, something reaches a bit of a point of tension, and action is needing to be taken, and to be able to kind of put an end to the tension, to the conflict, to the challenge that you're finding yourself in at this moment in time. So it may be that somebody wants to go slow and another person wants to resolve it quickly. Another person is going. There's two different approaches here. So it's about resolving different approaches, different belief systems, different timings. Something feels like the timing's off, the timing's out. Two people have different opinions or approaching something very differently, or this could be inner conflict. And it just feels a little bit like something is needing to move forward. Action is needed to be taken, but it's like these two very stubborn energies that are not wanting to budge. Like, I don't want to have to move my position. I don't want to have to move my position, says the other person or the other energy. And it's like, it's like an idea versus a very practical or grounded approach versus a fixed belief. And who's going to win out here? I like to do things my way. Don't tell me what to do versus, well, I've got a better way that is, I don't like to change, and I've got a better way that's more grounded and practical. So it feels very much, I'm getting a lot of Aquarius and Taurus conflict here. So if you're an Aquarius or a Taurus, you might notice that you're having conflict with those sort of people, those signs in your life. There's definitely a conflict that is coming up here, or challenge that needs to be put an end to, and action needs to be taken. But there's a bit of a tension or a standoff or something around trying to take the right course of action. So it might reach this kind of crescendo or crisis point where something's got to give. Something's got to give here, or someone's got to give. So, yeah, it's, like I said, it's kind of tricky, frustrating energy, and you might be, like the Four of Pentacles is people holding on to their positions. They're holding on to their stances. They're holding on to something and not wanting to let go, and that is causing this tension. That is not budging from my position. That's causing this inability to move forward and to take action, and causing some kind of conflict. So it feels like the seeds that are being planted for this new moon in Taurus that we're moving into that now, we're in the slipstream of it, are going to be seeds for change, the seeds buried in the stable earth of the sign of Taurus, which is a very beautiful, stable, grounded energy. And these could be longer term goals with the World cards, because Saturn is around. Something needs to be done right. But who is right? This is a battle for what is the right way and who is going to be right in this situation. And I feel like there needs to be a softening, a letting go. Otherwise, something's going to reach a crisis point that is just going to be forced into a direction. So it feels like this new moon is very much, it feels like there needs to be a release of ego in some way, and an embrace of the new, embrace of change. And that feels like this new moon, the seed that we're planting in this new moon, is demanding this in some way, demanding some kind of shift of perspective, some kind of change in the way that we're doing something. So we're in the surrender stage, the release, the letting go stage. So is there letting go of something that's very consistent and constant in your life, something that you've relied on, that you're suddenly realizing is not working for you anymore, and perhaps there's something you need to shift around that. So, yeah, it's interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow when I do the reading for the weekend and the new moon. So looking forward to seeing what comes in then.